Well, good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, theraiderland.com, the website. You start your day there every day, checking out the questions of the day, logging on, getting your comments posted. Tonight, the daily broadcast coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios. It was triple digits around West Texas. If your air was not Arctic, you call the Bear. You get a hold of Shane, you call thebear.com. They'll make it happen for you. They've got all the inventory you need to make it happen really quick, because there's nothing worse than calling up somebody and saying, yeah, I got a air conditioner that's not working. And say, oh yeah, we'll get to you in like 5 to 7 days. No, 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 no. Arctic Air, quick, fast. Also brought to you by Domino's Pizza. It's Monday. We don't need Monday night football. We need Monday night pizza. We got baseball going on. What do you need on that? And South Plains College. The road to Raiderland begins and runs through Levelland for so many people. Find what they can do, man. Even continuing education. Maybe you've already got a couple of degrees. You want to do some fun stuff. Give them a holler over there at South Plains College in Levelland. And of course, Boot City One Money, 7 Mile outside the West Loop. Cool shirts like this. Yeah. See, the official Western wear apparel for Raiderland. And then every communication, including James, who's already in with thumbs up. We haven't even asked tonight for everybody to say, hey, the audio is good, the video is good, give us thumbs up and everything else. James is already in. Thanks to United Supermarkets, Market Street, wherever you may find them in your local community. They support Texas Tech. They support West Texas. Thank you, Market Street. All right, let's get it going tonight. Helmet sticker day on Mondays. Hi there, Alan. Beverage to you. Cheers. Helmet stickers on Monday. Anybody and everybody who deserves a little recognition for being awesome, you get a Raiderland helmet sticker. There are many helmet stickers. There's only one Raiderland helmet sticker. We use the picture. Anybody know who the picture is we use on our website is of the former Tech football player with an epic array of the big white Mask Rider helmet sticker on it. Anybody know who that is? Veteran listeners know what to do. Even the veterans. Gary, you expecting a coaching change at UT baseball? Maybe. Could see it. They go 1-2, get smoked down there by Louisiana and old Matt Deggs, who we saw there at Sam Houston State, killing it at Louisiana Lafayette. Might be. It is indeed Jim Hart. Jim Hart at Odessa. Great defensive back. Started his career defensive back. Waited behind Ron Reeves. Finally got to play quarterback in, I think, 83. Was the year, and that's who that is with the epic helmet stickers. Hi there, Michael. Helmet sticker to the Dallas Mavericks for making the finals. Yay. NBA. Yay. That's all I got to say on that. I mean, it's better than them not making the finals, I guess. So who gets your helmet sticker for being awesome, sports, non-sports, or otherwise? Texas Tech baseball, much talk about that tonight. Transfer portal has opened. And at least 6, I think maybe 7, I've lost track, are in the portal. And let me say it right now. Let me say it first. There's not a single player on the Texas Tech roster as they ended the season that if I see their name out there in the portal, that I'm going to go, oh no, we just can't continue. Does that sound harsh? I don't mean it to be harsh, but we now get to have a harsher look at college athletics thanks to NIL, thanks to the transfer portal, thanks to the fact that it is quasi, if not quasi, legitimate professional sports now. So I'll take the same look at them that I do at the Texas Rangers or the Houston Astros. And let me tell you right now, tonight on, June 3rd, there's not a single player on the Texas Tech baseball roster that if they transfer out and go somewhere else, that you're really that much worse off. I'm reminded of something a coach told me when I was a freshman in high school. We won exactly 1 game with you last year. We can win the same amount of games with you this year. And you know what? He was right. So, the portal, Gavin Cash in there. 41 bombs last 2 years. Draft eligible. Great move by Gavin Cash. Good job. I would leverage everything I had if I were Gavin Cash coming off this year. I would say I could play at Tech. I could play anywhere else. I want you to draft me, give me money. That's called leverage. Good move. Landon Stripling, another guy that I think is going to be a really good hitter, but you couldn't get on the field and you couldn't get in the lineup for a team that couldn't make the NCAA tournament. It's going to be harsh again, but if you're thinking you got jobbed at Tech and you couldn't get on the field for a team that couldn't make the NCAA tournament out of a Big 12 that's, hey, really not that good this year, and it's being proven in the tournament that it really wasn't that good a league, call me later. The guys other than that I've seen, Bame and Rivers and even Travis Sanders, again, you couldn't make an impact on a team that didn't make the NCAA tournament. Does that mean I hate these kids? No, I love them. I don't even know them. I want them to be successful. But for the Tech fans that are sitting there going, oh my God, look at all these guys in the portal. This is further proof. Tim Tadlock, got to go, got to make changes on the staff. Are you dumb? Yes, you're probably dumb. Back to the comments. Thank you, United Supermarkets, where I bought some ribeyes this weekend. Hadn't cooked them yet. Holy moly. Good looking ribeyes. Got some little sliced mushrooms ready to go. Helmet sticker Larry Allen, 52 years old, passed away today. Don't know any details. Offensive linemen die young. NFL offensive linemen, NFL defensive linemen die young. I fear that that'll be the case, that we'll see with Larry Allen, that the weight and everything else. But dude, one of the best ever to play the game, Hall of Famer, 100%. Chris says, didn't UT go to the World Series last year? Was it the year before? I believe it was the year before, maybe 2 years before. Helmet sticker to the Tech football mini camp being held. And it wasn't being held. It took place. Here you go, James. This is an English lesson. Babies are held, events take place. So Texas Tech, an event took place at Texas Tech. It occurred at the Corky Dome. But, yeah, I saw it on social media this weekend, and that's cool. You guys are blowing it up to the point I've got to try to crawl back up here through the comments. That's always painful. Alan, don't boo the kids. Sorry, I will boo since they get a paycheck now. I didn't care if you booed back in the 90s or the 80s. I got crucified on the old Williams and Hyatt show back in the day for saying that. I don't care. Boo if you want to. Chris, many of those in the transfer portal were probably highly encouraged by the coaching staff to get in the portal. That's something that a lot of fans don't usually understand. It's probably 90% a two-way street. Hey, you're not going to play here. I don't want to play here. You're not going to play here. Let's figure out a place to go. Jared, we as fans aren't in the room. I trust Tadlock's judgment on the talent he's evaluating. You don't have to be in the room to be an intelligent observer. Tim Tadlock over the last 12 years has shown you that he brings in pretty good talent for the most part. Now, maybe they've missed a few guys, and I would say they have, and it happens. But they've got skins on the wall that tells me I'm willing to let them go out and probably find a few guys that can play. Chris, I guess McCaslin needed to make changes to his staff too with all those players in the portal. Yeah. Coaching staff encouraged those going in the portal, in my opinion, CJ. I don't even think you have to for the most part. These guys, and I'm talking about the players, they know, they understand. I didn't play here. I'm on a team that didn't make the NCAA. I didn't play. You're a basketball player, and you can't get on the floor. You know it's time to go. You don't need a coach telling you. But, yeah, now it's so much easier. It's a two-way street that the coach can say, hey, you're not going to have a home here, and not feel bad. It's not a trap door. This used to be a trap door thing. You trap door a kid. Say, yeah, we out-recruited you. Sorry, you're going to have to leave. Go to talking baseball maybe. You're going to have to go to a JUCO if you want to play. But now that same kid can go to another D1, Power 5, whatever. Much better situation for everybody. That a coach, a player, they can all be straight up. It's an at-will, and I love it. People call it the Wild West. It's horrible. Every day we don't know who's on the team. I'm like, you know what we call that? Free enterprise, capitalism, everything else. I love it. because I love living in a state like Texas that is a non-union state that, I had to fight one time, and I can't go into details because of a non-disclosure agreement about a non-compete contract. And I beat it. I can't go into details, but I beat it. Thank you very much. I love the fact now that players and coaches, we're all doing the same thing. Coach want to leave, coach quits on you, he leaves. Player wants to quit, leave. Everybody go. It's all at will. It's capitalism. Go compete if you're at Texas Tech. Go get better players. The guys that are in the portal, go get better players. Get a better venue. Get the NIL is not a problem, by the way. We'll discuss that more in the coming days. NIL ain't no problem. What if Pompey enters? Don't care, Chris. Really don't care. Love him. I think he's going to be a great baseball player. I'll go find somebody that looks like TJ Pompey, and I want him to stay. I want him to be a Red Raider. But you know what? If you don't want to, and if you want to go somewhere else, I can absolutely replace that. His WAR numbers, if we were doing like college WAR numbers, there you go. Gary says helmet sticker for Angel Hernandez retirement. Just a bit outside. God, what a fraud. Jared, I mean that we aren't aware of all the prospects Tadlock may be targeting or players that are showing interest in Tech. We aren't aware of all the back and forth conversations. No, I get that, Jared. But what I'm telling you is don't worry about that. Every year they have those conversations, right? So it's no big deal. They're recruiting guys constantly, 24/7. They're losing guys constantly off the roster, 24/7. Just show up as a fan and say, hey, and this is going to be hard for some people, the older people. The younger people, I think, are going to adjust real quick. But the older people, you just got to adjust to the fact that if you like, and whatever your connection to Texas Tech may be, you went to Texas Tech, you got a degree from Tech, you live in Lubbock, whatever it is that you like Texas Tech, you're going to have to acquiesce to the idea of saying, I'm going to show up on August 31st for football, on November 5th for basketball, and February 13th for baseball. And whoever trots out onto the field wearing the jersey of Texas Tech, I'm going to root for them. And the in-between stuff, you better let go of it. And the idea of latching on to players for 3 and 4 years and everything else, you better let go of it. And you're going to have to acquiesce to the idea of saying, my university is involved in big business under the guise of college sports. This is the way it works now. This is the way it plays out. And this is the way I must accept it. If you don't want to, that's fine. But don't rail against the machine. Don't rage against that good night. You're going to have to make that decision because they're going to roll out and play. They're going to do stuff. And you can get all bent. You can get weird. But you're the only expert you're screwing, as Hank Jr. once said. And that is going to be no more true than watching this baseball team evolve this year. There we go. Let's see. James, does Tech baseball need to go to the portal for a 6-man pitcher from a Vandy-type school? You go to the portal for everybody. Who the hell you can get? I don't care whether it's from Vandy, a JUCO, get old, stay old. All right. Here's my recipe for college baseball right now. Old pitching, guys that have proven after 2 or 3 years at the college level that are moving up. You did a great job of that with a guy named Mason Molina. He decided he wanted to go somewhere else, and he went to Arkansas and had a worse year than he had at Texas Tech last year, and he's at home right now just with Tech baseball. Get old, stay old. Find guys who've proven in the portal. Get old pitching in the portal. Add bats as necessary. You can still get high school guys and 3-year guys, I think, like a Pompey, and nurture those guys if you can hold on to them. But for the most part, get old, stay old, and now you can do it. Because I've always found it ironic. Isn't it ironic? Was Alanis Morissette that non-union states are called right to work? Shouldn't we want all states to be right to work? Damn right we should, unless you're not American. And the non-right to work states are not American people, in my opinion. No more hidden, says Jared, agendas where players crying that they didn't get the fair shake. Transfer portal brings the put up or shut up mentality. Yeah. Transfer portal just turned everything into the first part of Hoosiers when the team is introduced and Crosby changing. We want Jimmy. That's really interesting right there. I kind of like that. I kind of like that there. Here's the deal, guys. This has been going on in baseball for 30, 35, 40 years because of the 11.7 equivalency scholarship deal, the ability to go to a junior college, come up to a D1, to play at a D1, go down to a junior college, be draft eligible after a year. That baseball has operated under this whole transfer portal and everything else that people are just railing out. Larry Hayes dealt with this. Gary Ashby dealt with it. This has been going on forever in baseball. It's not a new thing. Is it slightly easier for guys to move between D1 powers? Yeah, slightly. But we were seeing it before. And the people that were saying that Tech wasn't taking advantage of it, go back 4 or 5 years ago and Bryce Bonham, Easton Morrell. Yeah. So, do what you want to. Hey, glad you guys are watching out there tonight. We're brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza, Domino's.com. Goodness gracious, get the app, save some money, and get me some great thin crust, although I do like the New York style. Give me some good thin crust double pepperoni tonight. Also by South Plains College. The road to Raiderland begins in Levelland. Check out what they're doing this summer. If you've got a recent graduate trying to knock out some summer school, talk to them at SBC. Cool shirts, Western Wear, Boot City, Cody Woods. There you go. Cody. There you go. Woods Boot City, Cody Wood. Woods Boot City. And then all the communication brought to you by United Supermarket in Market Street, who sponsors Texas Tech, unlike other supermarkets around West Texas. And dearly beloved, we are gathered here today in the Arctic Air studios, in the Arctic Air on a 100-degree day, cool and nice and easy to have conversations, whether it's Tech baseball, whether it's helmet stickers, and who deserves a little recognition for being awesome. Or, and we'll get into it before we get out of here tonight, the WNBA is a welfare league. It has been since 1997. And that's why the players act like they do, because they know it doesn't matter whether they have fans or not. So they act like idiots. All right. Lynn has showed up. Possible that the coaches recommended that they look at other out. Yes, 100%. Helmet sticker to the Southern Birmingham baseball for playing for a school that no longer existed. Yeah, that was pretty crazy on that story. I don't know if you guys seen it. Google that up. Jared's got it right there. 50% off all Domino's Pizza on the app this week. Thank you. Crispy. Thin crust. I love all pizza. Look at me. I love all pizza. But the thin crust, double pepperoni, with maybe a little, Hatch green chili on it. Look at Kansas State and West Virginia making the Supers hot at the right time. And here's to the Big 12. The Big 12 kind of sucked this year, but here's to Kansas State, who Texas Tech didn't play, getting out of the Arkansas Regional. Way to go there, Arkansas. I heard they spent too much money on the transfer portal and everything, and that's what happened to them. Anyways, so Kansas State and Randy Mazey getting out and winning a regional, getting to the Super after he's already resigned. Love that for the Big 12. The Big 12, though, really wasn't that good this year. It kind of showed up. Amen, CJ, helmet stickers of the folks in Levelland helping out with the damage. Seen a lot of Lubbock businesses over there bringing meals, doing stuff. I mean, they got hit by a tornado the other day. It just wasn't classified as a tornado. 95 to 100 mile an hour straight winds, as much damage as a tornado, and it is bad. And then they get hit a couple of days later. Didn't help anything else. You're absolutely right, CJ. There's been a ton of West Texas businesses go over there, restaurants. They're not an advertiser. I saw Evie Mays over there doing stuff, and other people. So there you go. How many regional hosts failed to make the supers? I don't have it in front of me, so I'm not going to lie, and I could try to click off this and go to D1 baseball and see what it is right now. But I can tell you right now, the traditional powers that didn't get out, Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Vanderbilt. Obviously, Tim Corbin's lost his ability to coach, needs to quit. Florida. There are so many powers this year that weren't getting out. And I heard a discussion earlier today talking about how, well, it was the Coastal Carolina coach who I like, and he was bemoaning NIL. So it's just going to be like Major League Baseball, and only the millionaires are going to be able to compete. We've had NIL for a couple of years, and all of a sudden, K-State's advancing. It ain't happening. It's actually better for everybody else. A lot of the traditional powers this year aren't advancing. They're not winning. Because they're not playing small ball. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that. All right, we'll get back to more baseball here in a second. I do want to talk about the WNBA, the Caitlin Clark effect, and what we saw this weekend with Angel Reese, with Chicago Sky, the hard foul, and everything else. Here's the deal. All right, here's the deal with the WNBA. From the time it was founded, it was a welfare league. The NBA started it, and it kind of comes all back to Texas Tech. And Cheryl Swoops and the Lady Raiders in Atlanta, a huge rise of fans that came out of that, and sold out Final Four. The next year, North Carolina would win on a three-point shot by Charlotte Smith. And the NBA started thinking, we've got a great opportunity here to take some of these players back from overseas and play in the summer and continue growing and marketing the NBA. It was never designed, the WNBA, to really make money. It was a tax write-off. It was a marketing plan. Well, that continued on, and you had Swoops, Leslie, the original ones who played in the late 90s, early 2000s. And it garnered a little bit of attention, but not much. Attendance wasn't very good. And then in the mid to late 2000s, it just went into a dormancy of, yeah, we're still doing this. So flash forward to where we are today, and Caitlin Clark comes out of Iowa after 2 years as the most highly visible women's basketball player in years, lighting it up on the scoreboard, shooting threes, all the stuff. And she goes into the WNBA this year, and immediately, for the most part, the players in the WNBA hate her. Why would that be? I did a commentary on it today, 60 seconds of Raiderland. I hope you guys pay attention to those during the day. We link up to it. I'm not going to get into all the social and economic and everything else. I'm just going to say this. There are a lot of players in the WNBA today who like the deal they have. And it became apparent to me back in 2000 and the BLM movement, everything else, they really don't care about being popular. They don't want to be mainstream. They just know that they have the safety net provided by the NBA that they can do whatever they want, and it doesn't matter whether anybody shows up or anybody watches. They get to play basketball, and they get their pedestal to spew whatever agenda they want to do. The sad fact of the matter is, I believe a lot of the people involved in the WNBA don't want to be popular mainstream. They don't want somebody like Caitlin Clark coming in looking white, looking heterosexual, being popular, bringing in new people. They don't want that. Now, why? You can ask yourself that question and you can answer it all day long. But I firmly believe that that has become the case because the WNBA is a welfare league. They know the NBA will support it, prop it up no matter what they do. So when you know that, well, then you don't have to cater to anybody. You don't have to try to bring in fans. You don't have to try to be mainstream. And in fact, a lot of people involved in WNBA don't want to be mainstream United States individuals. Take it for what you want. Take that comment however you want to run with it. But it's true. I've seen it for years. I've seen it for decades. I've watched the WNBA from its inception. Trust me. There are more people involved with it that just like their little area where they can promote and be who they want to be, knock yourself out. And then somebody like Caitlin Clark comes in and disturbs that, brings in eyeballs, brings in accountability. They don't like that. You know, well, James, it's not just jealous and talent, can't stand natural talent. That's not all it is. There's more to it. So you can check out my commentary, 60 Seconds of Raiderland. We usually put that up there around 11 o'clock during the day. Just a little bit of something before we get out of here. But I'm telling you right now, make no mistake about it. There are scads of people in the WNBA who don't really want it to be successful. They really don't want Caitlin Clark bringing eyeballs to the league. They like the deal they've got. Do what they want, espouse and expound any viewpoint they want with no accountability and no reflection of the free market coming in on their deal. They don't want to be mainstream. And she's a threat to that. All right. Fire away your questions and comments from here. I'll give you about 30 seconds to type in, get it going. You can share it, theraiderland.com. We're going to post it there in a little bit. We will be back with you in the morning. Tuesday's best. We give you a topic. You give us 2 best examples of that. And Raiderland hot links, which are fantastic. You wake up every morning, you go there. You can't wait. What the hell did I find for me today? You click that. You're sitting there at work going, I went down the rabbit hole. Thanks to Hyatt, theraiderland.com. Questions, comments, baseball, basketball, anything. I got about another 2 to 3 minutes to get in here. CJ, thank you for saying the kind words. I don't know if it was good information, but it's information, right? First Super Regional for West Virginia. Really? Yeah, I guess it's possible. Gary, I hate A&M bubbles. I hate everything about A&M. I love everything, what they do. If it was your team, you would love it. The Bluebell Olsen Field, I still call it Olsen Field. I was talking to a guy this week, and he's an egg. I said, man, Olsen was rocking the other night. A&M and Texas, Bluebell. I said, it's Olsen. Love that. Embrace that. Ball 5, ball 6, all crap. By the way, they just got a check for about $80 million in improvements to Bluebell there. What are they going to do? Yeah, the ball 4 chant is fun. Hey, love that stuff, even if it's not your team. Hate it when you're playing them. Love it that it's out there. Love it that it's there for college baseball, college sports. The older you get, the more you'll appreciate cool stuff around it, around sports, around whatever. Now, I say that, and I know a lot of old guys that just hate everything, so it doesn't matter. But for me, I'm just glad I'm glad I've been around the country. I've been glad I've seen so many different things that as much as I love Texas Tech, and I think, what Tech does is great, I can also sit here and say I've seen other cool things around the country and other places. It's not a bad thing. All right. Doesn't mean you're going to hell or something. It's not like a Church of Christ, like either or type deal. Ball 4 chant. Come on, somebody, last thing, anything? TheRaiderland.com. I would ask you guys to do something for me tonight, everybody who's watched live, replay, or otherwise. If you can share this, what we do every day, what we post, whether it's on your Twitter feed or your Facebook feed or anything else, it means so much to me, to our wonderful sponsors like Domino's Pizza, like Arctic Air, like United Supermarkets, that if you can share that out there and just spread it around a little bit, that's how this stuff works. That's how it happens. You know, that's what makes it good. You guys make it good. You guys make it fun. I appreciate it. All right, we got so many things we got to punch buttons on and do stuff. It really makes me nervous. Oh, and for anybody who got in late, yeah, if every player on the Tech baseball team hit the portal, yeah, we're fine with that. See you tomorrow. Maybe. I don't know. Hit a button. Now I'm hitting a button. Can't hit a button.